Imagine for a moment that everything you've ever desired is already yours. It exists, waiting for you not in some far-off place, but within the limitless power of your imagination. Yet so often we find ourselves chasing after our dreams, running tirelessly toward a future that seems just out of reach. But what if the secret isn't in chasing at all? What if the key is to stop running and let your desires flow effortlessly to you? Today we'll uncover the profound truth that your inner world creates your outer reality, and by aligning with your desires, you can magnetize them to your life without struggle or resistance. Imagination is the ultimate power, the creative force through which all things are brought into existence. It is not limited by time, space, or circumstance, and it holds the key to manifesting anything you desire. To understand the true nature of imagination is to realize that it is far more than the ability to picture something in your mind. It is the very fabric of creation itself. When you desire something, it is not simply a random thought or fleeting wish. It is an invitation to recognize the infinite potential already within you. The moment you imagine a scenario, you bring it into existence on a spiritual and energetic level. The world around us is merely a reflection of our inner state. What you see, experience, and interact with in your external reality is a mirror of your imagination, shaped and colored by the dominant beliefs and feelings you hold within. To tap into the power of imagination, you must first understand that your consciousness is the cause, and your external world is the effect. Most people live life backward, reacting to circumstances and conditions as if they are set in stone, unaware that they hold the power to reshape everything by changing the images they hold in their minds. When you desire something, it is easy to fall into the trap of thinking it is something you need to pursue, as though it exists outside of you. But the truth is, it is already yours the moment you imagine it. Your role is not to chase after it, but to embody the state of having it. Imagine a gardener planting a seed. Once the seed is placed in the soil, they do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. Instead, they trust the process, nurturing the soil and providing the right environment for growth. Similarly, your imagination is the fertile ground where the seeds of your desires are planted. Once you have imagined your desire vividly and felt its reality within, you must trust that it is growing beneath the surface, even if you cannot yet see it. Imagination requires faith and conviction. You must dare to believe in the unseen, to see with the eyes of your mind rather than the limitations of your physical senses. Your senses often deceive you, showing you lack, delay, or obstacles. But your imagination is not bound by these illusions. When you close your eyes and picture yourself living your dream, you transcend the constraints of the material world. In that moment, you are free, limitless, and in full possession of what you desire. The challenge for many is maintaining this vision in the face of apparent contradictions. When the outer world seems to defy the inner picture, it is easy to doubt and fall back into old patterns of fear and disbelief. But this is precisely when you must hold steadfast to your imagination. Neville Goddard often taught that assumption hardens into fact, meaning that the persistent assumption of your desire as already fulfilled will eventually manifest in the physical world. It is not a question of if, but when, provided you remain loyal to the vision. Imagination is not passive, it is active and intentional. To fully harness its power, you must immerse yourself in the experience of your desire as though it were already real. Feel the emotions associated with its fulfillment. Engage your senses in the mental scene. What do you see, hear, smell, or touch in this imagined reality? The more vivid and alive your imagination becomes, the more powerful its influence on your external reality. This is not daydreaming, it is conscious creation. When you cultivate this practice, you will notice a shift. Opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with your vision will begin to appear. Not because you chased them, but because you attracted them through the energy of your imagination. This is the effortless power of creation. Trust it, nurture it, and watch as your imagined reality blossoms into physical form. The law of assumption is one of the most profound and transformative principles governing the art of manifestation. It states that whatever you assume to be true with conviction and persistence will become your reality. This is not mere wishful thinking, but a dynamic process where your inner state of belief shapes the outer circumstances of your life. To assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled is to align yourself completely with the reality you desire. It is a call to live in the consciousness of already having what you seek, regardless of what your current situation may suggest. When you desire something, your immediate instinct might be to look at your present reality and evaluate whether your goal is attainable based on external conditions. However, this approach is rooted in limitation. The law of assumption teaches you to bypass the evidence of the senses and instead step into the version of yourself that already possesses what you desire. It is about claiming your desires as done in your mind, regardless of appearances, and trusting that the outer world will conform to this new assumption. The power of assumption lies in its ability to reprogram your subconscious mind. Your subconscious does not discriminate between what is real and what is imagined. It accepts as true whatever you consistently feed it. When you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you impress this state upon your subconscious, which then works tirelessly to bring about the conditions that align with your inner belief. This process is not linear, nor is it always predictable, but it is unfailingly effective when applied with faith and persistence. Assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled requires a deliberate and conscious effort to move beyond doubt and fear. It involves embodying the emotions, thoughts, and behaviors of the version of you who has already achieved what you desire. For instance, if you seek financial abundance, you must assume the mental state of wealth. What would it feel like to have financial freedom? How would you carry yourself, think, and act? By dwelling in this state, you shift your inner reality. And in doing so, you begin to draw external circumstances that match this assumption. The key is consistency. One of the greatest challenges in practicing the law of assumption is maintaining the belief in the face of contrary evidence. Your senses might tell you that nothing is changing, that your desired reality is nowhere to be seen. This is the moment where many falter, allowing doubt to creep in and disrupt the process. But it is precisely in these moments that your unwavering faith is most crucial. Neville Goddard often emphasized that persistence in assuming the state of the wish fulfilled is what separates success from failure. The outer world will inevitably catch up to your inner conviction, but only if you remain steadfast. A crucial aspect of the law of assumption is understanding that it is not about forcing or controlling external circumstances. It is about aligning your inner state with the desired outcome and allowing the natural flow of life to bring it to fruition. This means releasing attachment to the how and when of the manifestation. Trust that the universe, through ways you cannot predict or comprehend, will orchestrate events in perfect harmony to fulfill your assumption. Your job is not to micromanage the process, but to maintain your inner state of certainty and faith. It is also important to approach this practice with a sense of ease and joy. Assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled is not a burdensome task, but a liberating one. It allows you to step into the life you desire right now, in this moment. You don't need to wait for external conditions to change before you feel happy, fulfilled, or successful. By embodying these states internally, you accelerate their manifestation externally. As you commit to living by the law of assumption, you will begin to see its remarkable power unfold in your life. Circumstances will shift, opportunities will arise, and what once seemed impossible will become your reality. This is not magic, it is the natural consequence of aligning your inner world with your desires. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, persist in this state, and watch as life transforms to reflect the truth of your conviction. Chasing what you desire often feels natural because we live in a world that emphasizes action, pursuit, and effort. From a young age, we are taught that hard work and relentless striving are the only ways to achieve success. While effort has its place, there is a profound truth that many overlook. Chasing something implies that it is not already yours. It suggests a state of lack, a mindset rooted in the belief that what you want exists outside of you and must be pursued to be attained. This very act of chasing creates resistance, pushing your desires further away. When you chase something, you emit a vibration of neediness and scarcity. Think of it like holding a magnet with reverse polarity. It repels rather than attracts. The energy of chasing comes from a place of fear, doubt, and insecurity. It says, I don't have this, and I'm not sure if I can get it. This mindset not only exhausts you emotionally and physically, but also reinforces the absence of what you seek. By focusing on the lack, you amplify it. and the thing you desire seems to slip further from your grasp. The truth is, you do not need to chase after anything. What you desire is already yours in potential. Instead of running toward it, the key is to shift your inner state to align with the reality where it already exists. This is not about sitting idly or doing nothing, but about understanding that the work to be done is internal, not external. It is about cultivating the feeling of having your desire now and trusting that it will come to you naturally, without struggle or force. The act of chasing also robs you of the present moment. It places your happiness and fulfillment somewhere in the future, contingent upon achieving a goal or obtaining a specific outcome. This mindset traps you in a cycle of perpetual dissatisfaction, as each achievement or milestone is quickly replaced by a new desire to chase. True fulfillment comes not from the attainment of things, but from a state of being. When you stop chasing and start embodying the energy of your desires, you free yourself from this cycle and open the door to effortless manifestation. Consider the analogy of a butterfly. If you try to catch a butterfly by chasing it, it flutters away, evading your grasp. But when you sit still and create an inviting, peaceful space, the butterfly comes to you on its own. This is the same principle at work with your desires. By letting go of the urge to chase and instead focusing on becoming the version of yourself that naturally attracts what you want, you create an environment where your desires flow to you with ease. To stop chasing requires a fundamental shift in mindset. It begins with recognizing that you are already whole and complete as you are. Your desires are not separate from you, they are extensions of your inner being, waiting to be realized. When you feel desperate or impatient, remind yourself that everything you seek is already available to you in the unseen. Your job is not to force or struggle, but to align and receive. This process also involves cultivating trust in the unseen forces at play. Just as the seed grows into a tree without constant interference, your desires will manifest when you nurture them with faith and confidence. Impatience and chasing are signs of mistrust, a lack of belief in the natural flow of life. But when you trust the process, you allow your desires to unfold in perfect timing, often in ways that surpass your expectations. The beauty of letting go of chasing is that it shifts your energy from lack to abundance. Instead of saying, "I need this to be happy," you say, "I am already happy and I welcome this into my life." This subtle yet powerful change in perspective transforms how you experience the world. You begin to notice synchronicities, opportunities, and blessings that were always there but previously hidden by the cloud of desperation. When you stop chasing, you reclaim your power. You realize that you are not at the mercy of external circumstances, but are the creator of your reality. By aligning with your desires and trusting in their fulfillment, you allow life to flow naturally. Your energy becomes magnetic, and what you once thought you had to chase after will come to you effortlessly, as if drawn by an invisible force. This is not wishful thinking, it is the law of the universe in action. Let go, trust, and watch as everything you desire finds its way to you. Being still is one of the most misunderstood yet powerful tools for creating the life you desire. In a world that glorifies busyness, constant movement, and endless striving, stillness can feel counterintuitive. Many believe that to achieve something, they must always be doing, pushing, or making things happen. However, the truth is that the most profound transformations occur not in the rush of action, but in the quiet moments of stillness. It is in this calm state of being that you align with the energy of your desires and allow them to flow into your life effortlessly. Stillness is not merely the absence of physical movement, it is a state of inner peace, clarity, and presence. When you are still, you release the mental chatter and emotional turbulence that often cloud your vision and keep you stuck in cycles of stress and resistance. This mental noise, driven by fear and doubt, acts as a barrier between you and the realization of your desires. By embracing stillness, you quiet these inner disturbances and create space for clarity and intuition to guide you. In stillness, you reconnect with your true self, the part of you that is infinite, unshakable, and deeply connected to the creative power of the universe. This is the part of you that knows your desires are already yours and does not need to scramble or struggle to make them happen. When you are still, you access a state of knowing, a profound inner assurance that everything you seek is on its way. This is not passive resignation, but active trust in the unseen forces working on your behalf. Stillness is also the key to receiving inspired action. While deliberate effort has its place, the most effective actions are those that arise naturally from a state of alignment. When you quiet your mind and tune into your inner being, you open yourself to ideas, impulses, and opportunities that effortlessly move you toward your goals. These inspired actions are different from the frantic, fear-driven actions that come from a place of desperation. They are precise, intuitive, and filled with ease, often producing results far greater than what could be achieved through sheer effort alone. To cultivate stillness, you must learn to let go of the need to control every aspect of your life. Control is rooted in fear, the fear that if you don't act, nothing will happen. But this mindset is a misconception. The universe operates with perfect intelligence, and its timing is impeccable. When you trust in this natural flow, you free yourself from the burden of overthinking and micromanaging. You realize that your role is not to force outcomes, but to align your energy and allow things to unfold as they should. Meditation is one of the most effective practices for embracing stillness. In meditation, you detach from the external world and turn your focus inward. You create a space where you can observe your thoughts without becoming entangled in them, allowing the chaos of the mind to settle. Through this practice, you learn to anchor yourself in the present moment, where your true power resides. The present moment is where creation happens, not in the past, which is gone, or the future, which is yet to come. By grounding yourself in the now, you align with the flow of life and become a magnet for your desires. Stillness also requires patience and faith. In a culture that demands instant gratification, the idea of waiting can be challenging. But waiting in stillness is not passive, it is an active state of readiness and expectation. It is knowing that your desires are on their way and trusting the process enough to remain calm and centered, even when there is no visible evidence of progress. Just as a seed takes time to sprout after being planted, your desires need time to take root and grow. Stillness is the fertile ground in which this growth occurs. Another benefit of stillness is its ability to strengthen your connection to intuition. When your mind is calm and your heart is open, you become more attuned to the subtle nudges and guidance from within. Intuition is your inner compass, pointing you toward the people, opportunities, and experiences that align with your desires. In the rush and noise of daily life, this guidance is often drowned out. But in stillness, it becomes clear, leading you effortlessly along the path of least resistance. Finally, stillness allows you to cultivate gratitude for the present moment. Often the act of chasing after goals creates a sense of lack and dissatisfaction. Stillness shifts your focus from what you don't have to the abundance that already exists in your life. This gratitude raises your vibration, aligning you with the frequency of your desires and drawing them to you even faster. Embracing stillness is not about doing less, it is about being more. It is about stepping into a state of alignment where you no longer need to force or chase, but simply allow. In this state, life unfolds with grace and ease, and your desires flow to you naturally, as though drawn by an invisible force. Trust in the unseen is one of the most essential elements of manifesting your desires. It is the bridge between the life you envision in your mind and its material realization. The unseen realm is where all creation begins. Every desire, no matter how grand or small, first exists as an idea, an intangible feeling or thought. While it may not yet be visible in the physical world, its presence in your imagination is evidence of its existence. Trusting in the unseen means having faith in this process, knowing that your desires are taking form even when you cannot see the immediate results. The unseen is not empty, it is full of infinite possibilities. It operates through universal laws that are consistent, unwavering, and always working in your favor when you align with them. Much like a seed planted in the soil, your desires grow beneath the surface before they sprout into visible form. No gardener doubts the process when planting a seed. They know that with the right conditions, water, sunlight, and care, the seed will bloom. Similarly, when you plant the seed of your desire in your mind, you must trust that it is growing, even if there is no immediate evidence. Doubt is the greatest obstacle to trusting in the unseen. When you focus on the absence of what you desire, you create resistance. This resistance acts like a dam, blocking the natural flow of manifestation. Trust, on the other hand, dissolves this resistance. It is a quiet assurance that what you have imagined is already yours. Trust allows you to move through life with confidence, unshaken by temporary setbacks or delays. It is a deep knowing that everything is unfolding in divine timing and order. Trusting in the unseen requires patience, a quality often overlooked in the modern pursuit of instant gratification. The gap between imagining your desire and seeing it manifest can feel challenging, especially when external circumstances seem unchanged. But this gap is not a void, it is a vital period of alignment. During this time, the universe is orchestrating events, aligning circumstances, and preparing the way for your desire to come into being. Patience is not passive waiting, it is an active state of faith and readiness, knowing that what you seek is on its way. One of the ways to strengthen your trust in the unseen is to reflect on past experiences where you desired something and it eventually came to fruition. Often these manifestations did not happen through force or overthinking, but through a series of seemingly coincidental events that aligned perfectly. These moments serve as reminders of the unseen forces at work in your life, even when you were unaware of them. By acknowledging these experiences, you reinforce your belief in the process and build confidence in its consistency. Another way to cultivate trust is to focus on the feeling of your desire being fulfilled. The feeling is the secret, as it bridges the gap between the imagined and the material. When you embody the emotions of joy, gratitude, and satisfaction associated with your desire, you align with its frequency. This alignment sends a powerful signal to the universe, affirming that you are ready to receive. Feelings are not bound by physical evidence, they exist in the now, allowing you to experience the essence of your desire before it appears in form. It is also important to detach from the how and when of your manifestation. Trusting in the unseen means letting go of the need to control every detail. The universe has infinite ways to bring your desires to you, often in ways that are far beyond your imagination. When you release the need to micromanage the process, you create space for miracles to occur. This detachment does not mean apathy or indifference. It means surrendering the specifics while holding firm to the vision. Visualization is a powerful tool for strengthening your trust in the unseen. When you close your eyes and vividly imagine your desired outcome, you bring it to life in your inner world. This practice not only reinforces your belief in its existence, but also makes it feel more real and attainable. Each time you visualize, you align more deeply with the reality you wish to create, making it easier to trust in its eventual manifestation. Finally, trusting in the unseen allows you to live with a sense of peace and joy. When you know that your desires are already being fulfilled, you no longer feel the need to struggle or stress. You can enjoy the journey, appreciating the present moment while looking forward to the future with anticipation. This state of trust transforms your energy, making you a powerful magnet for everything you desire. The unseen is the foundation of all creation. Though you cannot always perceive it with your senses, it is as real and tangible as the air you breathe. Trust in this invisible process, and you will discover that your desires are not distant dreams, but inevitable realities waiting to unfold. When you live with this faith, life flows effortlessly, and what once seemed out of reach will find its way to you in perfect harmony.